Long ago, the humans and magic kind lived together. But as the years passed, the humans' greed grew, and the witch trials began. But here, they never stopped. Witches and wizards had to flee, worried of being killed, worried that they would never see their family again. And this happened until 1862, when a group of refugees fled to the forest, desperate for safety. Within this group were 8 orchestra members who had been caught using magic. One of the members had an idea: call upon the ancient god of music and magic, Voluptat. When they called upon him, he refused. He thought they were humans and shouldn't be trusted. They showed their blood to the god, which showed them that they were witches, not human. So he made a deal. He would give them a barrier, a place to live in that forest if every generation 8 new members would play for him, and one would become the holder of him. And so the torchbearer and the Lokenflux Orchestra began. I think I'm going a little crazy. If you've taken a look at my shorts on my channel, you have seen 2 reference sheets for a thing called Children of the Orchestra, and many people have been asking about the lore, and I forget I could make long-form videos, so let's get into it, shall we? And also, I have a new PNG persona, so yay! Kohane is what they call the torchbearer. She's in the Lokenflux Orchestra and is in the newest generation. The torchbearers have to be picked, and torchbearers basically let the Voluptat magic corrupt an arm off their body so he can come out and help make the barrier. Kohane is the torchbearer, and she does not like it. She does not want to be it, but she's forced to. She is very serious about sealing the barrier, but she doesn't like the fact that it's basically corrupting one of her arms, and it makes it hard to, have a good reason to want to do it. She powers through, though. She did come to the outskirts, which is where they all live, when she was 5, so she doesn't really know or remember what it was like at her old house and home. So she kind of powers through thinking that she's helping the world become a better place because she is making it so nobody gets killed. She's named after my favorite character from Project Sekai, Kohane, and can we tell? They kind of have the same personality-wise. Yeah. Hanami is, kind of Kohane's adoptive brother. And he basically, he's kind of not, super weirdly overprotective, but he kind of he cares, but he hates the Lokenflux Orchestra. It's his least favorite thing to do ever. He'd rather put a gun to his head than do it. He is, like Kohane, very kind of serious about it, because if he does something, or anybody else in the orchestra does something, he gets punished. And, yeah, I get why he doesn't like it. The rest of the cast isn't as important as those 2. There's Pat, who plays trumpet, and Jay, who plays the trombone. Kai plays oboe, which is with Hanami. Kieran plays the drums, which you might have saw in the animatic that I made. And his little sister Laylee plays cymbals. And the one and only Ellie is on the same family of Kohane and plays cello. They all live in a forest called the Outskirts, as what humans call it, but it's really just called Windlebrook. And it's just a little civilization of witches who have fled there for safety. And anybody can become a witch. It just happens. And, Pat, Hanami, Kohane have all had to flee there at a really young age, so they're kind of bitter about it. It's just a nice little forest town. So, yay! Voluptat, which is the god of orchestra and music, is a deity who has to have some sort of magic to help him start his performance. He often is the conductor of the performance, and yeah, he's really lonely, so that's why he needs someone to carry him around, which is, in this universe, Kohane. So, In this universe, you have to be born with a certain power to help be in the Loken Flux. You cannot just go be in it. And even though everyone in the newer Loken Flux were all born for it, they're very disrespected because the older generation is very rude and calls them babies because they refuse to randomly kill people because it's cool, I guess. I don't know. But on the night of the yearly barrier sealing, somehow 5 of the members have heart attacks. They don't know what caused it. So in an emergency act to make sure the barrier just doesn't disappear and they all die, they have to go seal the barrier, which means they're starting to actually go be in part of the orchestra and do their job. They do successfully seal it, but a few days later, they're noticing people are going missing, like something's happening. But one night, Kahane doesn't trust something, so she goes out into the forest to go check. And weirdly, everyone else did too. And all of a sudden, Volupat comes up. He tells them that he called them out there. They're all very confused about this, wondering why did the god call them out to go do nothing. He tells them something's wrong. He explains to them that he has a feeling something's going to happen tonight, and that he needs his loyal members of the orchestra to be safe if it does. They're all kind of confused until they hear helicopters and sirens blare outside the barrier. Volupat luckily covers them, and they find out when they come back to the village after it's all gone, humans have raided and taken all witch kind, which means they're the only ones left in the forest. Obviously worried, they have to go find their parents and their friends to make sure they aren't killed. I think the story is really cool. It's like an adventure story, and I do love it. It makes me very cheerful. Kohane is one of my favorite characters to ever draw. Besides Maven Spider-Man, she's one of my favorites because the corruption on her arm is just so fun to draw, dude. And her and Hanami's dynamic is really fun. It's just a fun plot. Yeah, I'll insert all the character reference sheets I've made here. And if you guys want me to keep making them and putting shorts, hit that subscribe and like button. Yeah, totally. Bye-bye. I forgot to mention I have a website for them. It's on my links on my channel. Go check it out.